Good day everyone, I'm Maki Gutay, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. So for today's topic, I'm going to discuss the value formation, value clarification, and the good habit. Value formation. The Christian value formation is a lifelong process of growing which gets its strength from Jesus' Sermon in the Mount. The value formation is the confluence of our personal experiences and particular culture we are entwined in. Values are imposed from our family in childhood and reinforced through culture and life experiences. The value of, for example, kindness was imposed on me from my parents and reinforced throughout early childhood. There are two factors affecting value formation: the influence and the experience. Influence depends on a person's internal traits and characteristics such as an intellectual and emotional capabilities. And the other one, the experiences, like good influence, good experiences are needed in value formation. Four types of experiences affecting value formation: the liturgical experience, the Bible experience, the learning experience, and the last one, the human experience. Liturgical experience is the customary public worship performed by a religious group, especially by a Christian group. As a religious phenomenon, liturgy represents a communal response and participation in the sacred through activities reflecting praise, thanksgiving, remembrance, supplication, or repentance. Bible experience. The Bible experience is an audio version of the Bible published by John de Verdun. The script used is the today's new international version Bible translation. Learning experience. Learning experience refers to any interaction, course, program, or other experience in which learning takes place. Whether it occurs in traditional academic settings, schools, classrooms, or non-traditional setting outside of school location. Outdoor environments, or whether includes traditional educational interaction, students learning from teachers and professors, or non-traditional interaction students learning through games and interactive software application. The last one, human experience. Human experience is the complete experience a person has with a brand or service both digitally and physically. Human experience is driven by human centricity, the idea that people are much more than statistics or data. They are driven by the emotions, needs, and the relationship they experience with the brands or services. Value clarification. Value clarification is a difficult task, a process of defining one's values. By clarifying our values, it helps to guide us in our daily activities and helps to align what we say with what we do. After someone has clarified his or her values, they should be able to quickly name the values held most dear. There are three basic steps that are useful in value clarification: the choice, value, and action. Values are better than rules. A forward-thinking organization promotes values to guide people. Doing this doing this saves time because an organization need to not write rules or refer to rule books or organizational manuals. Values serve as outline goals. An explicit set of values should form the foundation of any organization because values endure. Values send a message. A good value teaches a guides the members of the organization. A symbolic act affirms the value over and over. Values shape an organization. A value manifests itself in various ways. It stimulates members to produce good quality products. Values can shape and animate organization. Value integration. Two things that are required to internalize values. First, clarity of universal and personal values. We must be convinced that universal values are valid and truly worth pursuing. And also that our personal values are clear and strongly felt. Second, contrary conditioning and are neutralized. The conditionings to be neutralized are of two kinds. The psycho-emotional conditionings and the mental conditionings. Psycho-emotional conditionings, those involving habits and emotional reactions, such as fears, resentments, and others. Mental conditioning, those molded by cultural values, such as the measurement of success and failure and philosophy of life. They create preferences for lifestyles, mode of action, etc. And this apex is related to a review of one's map of reality. Developing good habits for effectiveness. Our character is a composite of our habits. Habits are powerful factors in our lives. They are consistent, often unconscious patterns. They constantly express our character and influence our effectiveness and ineffectiveness. Habit is defined as an interaction of knowledge, skill, and desire. Knowledge is a theoretical paradigm that what to do and the why. Skill is the how to do, and desire is the motivation, the want to do. All these in vision are necessary to make something a habit in our lives. Effectiveness is defined as a basis of a person's character, creating and empowering of correct maps from which an individual can effectively solve problems, maximize opportunities, continually learn, and integrate principle in an upward growth. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Peoples. Stephen Richards Covey was an American educator, author, businessman, and keynote speaker. His most popular book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which are the following. Habit number 1, be proactive. Proactive means the ability to choose the response. We have the ability to choose between right and wrong. But it must be taken into account that we must be responsible enough for whatever consequences our action may lead to. Use your creativity and initiatives. You are the one in charge. Habit number 2, begin with the end in mind. Where do we go from here? Know where you want to go in making plans and decisions. See to it that the time and efforts that we spend and utilize conforms to what we want to achieve. Use your ability to envision. This is where I want to go, and these are the things that must be done to lead me to that direction. Habit number 3, put first things first. Practice self-management, know your priorities. Habit number 4, think win-win. This concerns mutual benefit, putting both parties on a favorable situation. Habit number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. As the saying goes, the best way to understand is to listen. The practice of empathy governs this habit. It is about putting ourselves on the shoes of the other person. Based on the person's explanation, we ought to evaluate, probe, advise, and interpret as way of responding to the person's feelings. Habit number 6, synergize. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. More tasks will be done if we utilize all the things that we have. Even though your contribution is that small, If everybody will do their part, things will go on smoothly. Habit number 7, sharpen the saw. What we had learned a couple of years back will become outdated. Many things evolve and develop so fast that there is a need to update ourselves through various food for the brain resources. For the insights, values are defined as an influence on a person's behaviors or attitude and serve a broad guideline in different ways and situations. When you know your value, you discover what is truly important to you. How values change each values of us hold and is influenced by different values. Something we are not born with but we hold each of them differently. This goes to show how value are shaped throughout our lives over the past years. Over time, we usually are likely to strengthen our values as we get older, understanding what they really mean and what we need to accomplish as we live life. Our lives give opportunities for growth and values gives us a sense of direction. This direction as a place where you know what your belief and what your value is.